Welcome on day 8 of the FIBA U18 AfroBasket tournament here in Pretoria, the capital city of South Africa, affectionately known to most as City of Tshwane or the Jacaranda City. It is a warm spring evening here, and I am your commentator, Emmanuel Shine. I will be assisted by none other than Mr. Flosh Ngwenya, who is not new to this, as he's played at this level, he's coached at this level, and he continues to forge the way forward for basketball. Today we are dazzled with the Group C matchup, the final one, in fact, of the group stage games in this pool, where Zambia will be taking on Rwanda. And Rwanda, who currently sit atop Pool Group C, will be looking to win this so they can continue down this path to the playoffs, whereas Zambia, who are currently looking for a second win after the win against South Africa, will be looking to get their second win and hopefully qualify for the playoffs. And there are your officials for the game today. Manuel David from Angola, Diawara Mohammed from Mali, and Ukuomola Adolabi from Nigeria. They will be leading this game as officials. And the match official for today, the match commissioner, will be Mr. Ian Wood from South Africa. This is about to be quite the challenge between the two teams, as both teams have won and will be looking to qualify for the knockout stages. Coach Flosh, what do you make of this matchup?
Well, look, it's going to be a very interesting game. There's no question about it. For Rwanda, I mean, they look to top the group. That's for sure. I mean, they're looking for their third win to top the group. For Zambia, they're looking for their second win to qualify for the playoffs. So this is going to be a humdinger still. I mean, you know, Rwanda has a very steady play about them. Everything runs through their star player, or there is a starting five for Rwanda: Jason, Ruzema, Sean Williams, number 8, obviously Dylan Kayuchuka, which is their star player, Christian Izari, and Jonas. That's the starting five for Rwanda. As you see Zambia right now, with coach Paul Mwali, their starting five is Blessing Bakunguma, Frank Siame, that is their star player, Christian Dalama, Kelvin Mulenga, Brighton Khaleesi.
And like Coach Flosh, like you mentioned there, especially with Zambia, who their star player is there, we've seen Frank Siame average 20.5 points per game, but he's also filled the stat sheets with 9 rebounds, 4 steals, 2 blocks, and 3.5 assists a game. He's going to play a very crucial role in the success of his team. And he's assisted, obviously, by Calvin Mulenga, who's got 14 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, and 7 assists. So it's a very well-balanced team there. And they've obviously lost the first game against Morocco, 84-67, and then defeated South Africa in a nail-biting game here at 70-61.
Yeah, so for Zambia, it's critical that they try to play together as a unit. Even though Frank does lead the scoring, but he needs a lot of help from everybody else. Literally, they gotta have to play together as a unit for them to have a chance to win this game. As for Rwanda, everything's been working so far. I mean, you know, Dylan has been doing a lot of the scoring, but he's also, I mean, he's averaging about 22 points a game. But not only just that, he's rebounding the ball very well for a point guard. He's grabbing 10 boards a game. And, you know, but their scoring is well balanced. He's got help when he needs it, but everything runs through number 11 from Rwanda, Dylan, which is their star player, who is based in Canada.
And you've also got Sean Williams of Rwanda with 19 points per game. If you're going to have your main player average 22 points per game and the second best player average 19 points per game, you are most certainly set for success.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're getting ready for tip-off here, where Rwanda will be looking to win this game to go atop of Group C with an undefeated run as they try to make something from this year's FIBA U18 AfroBasket. And to tip us off there, for Zambia we have Brighton Khaleesi, and for Rwanda we have Jonas Singiza. Both very established in the low block and continue to make a name for themselves in this tournament. And after a bit of a tussle there, it is Rwanda that gets the ball and gets a proceeding started here. And for those who are not in the arena, you can pretty much hear their fans with the drums as they've started. Ball back with Dylan, and he kind of loses that handle, and it is Zambia that gets us going here with Frank Siame. We say that man is going to be a problem with his 20+ points per game, and he does just that as he Euro steps through to get that basket.
Yeah, I mean, Rwanda, you have to take care of the basketball because Zambia really does go out and hustle. Case in point right there, I mean, it was a great hustle. He got himself a 2. I mean, as you can see, Zambia right now are employing literally a zone defense, so there's got to be patient in the part of Rwanda.
And Kenya there, Rwanda there, getting the first shot up with Sean Williams, who's having a good tournament so far with 8 19 points per game, but that shot was not to fall. And the referee seems to have recalled that, which allows... There was a turnover on that inbound. So Rwanda will have the ball here on the baseline. And wide open shot. And again, both teams just seem to need to shake off the nerves as Rwanda's Jonas Singiza steps on the sideline there for yet another turnover. And the ball went, there was a foul there against Rwanda's Christian Iranzi. So it's going to be Zambia ball. Not the ideal way to start this game, where both teams have committed some unforced turnovers, especially on the inbound. And the turnover wars continue there as there is a travel by Zambia's Elijah Hantete. Despite the fact that both teams need to get settled in here, it is Zambia that enjoys the lead in this game, early on still. More turnovers. A beautiful fast break pass there and a finish by Chamba Mulenga.
Here's what Zambia does very well. They run the floor very well. Every single time you turn the ball over, they're out on the break, they're running. They run extremely well. Here's what they don't do very well. They don't shoot the ball very well. So you gotta take care of the ball if you're Rwanda.
And a beautiful tip there after the miss by Sean Williams. We had a tip in there by Rwanda's Lucky Guerrero to get Rwanda on the scoreboard. And the referee calls a double dribble there. One thing for sure is that this game has been filled with a lot of turnovers, and many of them unforced turnovers.
I think bit of nerves. First 2 minutes of the game, they're trying to feel each other out. But what Zambia doesn't want to do is want to turn the ball over a lot against this very good Rwandan team.
And you mentioned that the nerves are obviously a factor in this game because there is still a possibility for either one of these teams to qualify depending on the outcome of this game. If Rwanda do win this game, they automatically go through as top of Group C. But if Zambia wins this game with a big enough deficit, then they can also go through as the second best in Group C. And you see the beautiful floater there by none other than that man, Dylan Kaijuka, to even the game here.
Yep, here's that press that leads into a zone defense at the end.
And Rwanda just stealing the ball there. And very well done there by Zambia just to defend this ball in transition. Frank Siame standing in the way to absorb the contact as the charge is called against Jonas Singiza.
A bit scrappy to start the game for both sides. I mean, here's that 1-2-2, which turns into 2-1. They will trap you at the corner if you go to the corner all the time.
Very good play there, defensive play at least, by Lucky Guerrero to make sure he gets out on the other side to stop the overhead pass.
Again, I mean, like I said to you, shooting that Zambia is not a very good shooting team. So, you know, they rely mainly on their fast break.
And that man, Lucky Guerrero, who has been doing very well and shooting the three ball at a good rate, just shows us again what he's capable of as he shoots that three to give Rwanda a 3-point lead. But unfortunately for them, the Christian Iranzi steps out of bounds and it's going to be a turnover, and the ball will go to Zambia.
Yep, that press is bothering Zambia, I can tell you that. They can't get into their rhythm on offense. Good take.
Very strong take there and finish by Brighton Khaleesi. One thing that Zambia seems to be doing very well, and the advantage they have is just the size they have over
absolutely.
Rwanda.
They will drive the ball. You know, they'll get into the paint. They will look to finish. That's their game. They're not a good shooting team, like I said, but they will also run the floor as well, very well. That's what they don't want to do against this Rwandan team. Throwing the ball away, they just take care of the basketball for them to even have a chance to try and win this game.
Still just 1 point separating the two teams, and you can see Zambia's coach Paul Mwale just imploring his team to not drop the intensity here.
Yeah, they keep coming at you. It's typical Zambian teams. They don't give up. Where they're down 20, where they're up 20, they'll keep on coming. They'll exactly like that. They'll get inside, look to drive the ball, look to rebound. There they're picking up.
A bit of shaking and baking there by Frank Siame, but unfortunately there is a foul called against Zambia, and that'll be Rwandan ball. Now you can see Zambia, following the instructions of their coach Paul Mwale, push the press a bit higher up the floor.
And the whole reason for the press is you really want to try and hurry teams up, you know, in terms of their offense, but also at the same time, good block.
Beautiful block there, quite emphatic by Zambia's Brighton Khaleesi, but it is picked up by Sean Williams, who drops a floater there to extend Rwanda's lead. But the response right there by Calvin Mulenga, who's averaging 14 points per game so far in this tournament, as he also weaves his way through to get an open layup. And the response again by that man, none other than Sean Williams.
Yeah, he's a very good guard. He can shoot the ball, he can handle it.
And just like that, the lead has increased. And Dylan Kaijuka gets the ball, he passes it, and Rwanda managed to keep the ball with Sean Williams, who misses that shot, but the rebound is picked up and kicked out to Sean Williams, who will attempt again, and he misses that again. And another rebound by Jonas Singiza, who seems to be doing a very good job. And we have our first timeout here by Coach Paul Mwale of Zambia, who wants to stop the bleeding.
Yep. It's a very good timeout. I mean, Rwanda has picked up 2 quick offensive rebounds, and surely Coach Paul wants to, you know, tell his players that they need to box out, do the little things, to even try to give them a chance to win this basketball game. I mean, as often as always been said, that rebounds wins you championships, especially defensive rebounds. So you need to make sure that you box out and get your defensive rebounds. That is quite key. If you're going to give teams second chances, you know, they're bound to score at some point of those second chances.
Rebounds are key, and so are second chances. For those of you guys that are watching the game, you can watch all the games. You can catch all the games live and also on demand on YouTube on the FIBA channel, as well as keep up to date with all the news, all the updates, the live scores, the stats, as well as the photo gallery on FIBA.basketball. Coach Paul Mwale called a much-needed timeout, which has also given Coach Yves Murenzi an opportunity to set his team up for this baseline inbound to try and get something out of it with 14 seconds on the shot clock. And it is wide open jump shot by that man there, Lucky Guerrero. He has opened the floodgates to these threes as he drops his second for the game today.
I mean, again, that three-point shot made is a result of a second chance. And so that ultimately costed Zambia a 3-ball. So you're going to have to take care of their defensive rebounds, absolutely paramount to their success.
And Christian Iranzi there with 2 fouls halfway through this first quarter, and he goes to the bench as Joseph Shimiye steps on. 3-point shots, no good. And Dylan Kaijuka gets the rebound as they try to push the ball up.
Those 2 fouls by Christian Miranzi is very critical. He's literally their toughest defender. I mean, he plays the small forward. He rebounds the ball very well. He gives them toughness. And so that might come back to bite Rwanda at some point.
True, and we see that Dylan Kaijuka, the leading point guard for this Rwandan team, just hasn't really had an opportunity to impact the game. And a wild 3-point attempt there by Lakin Guerrero, no good, which gives Zambia an opportunity to break out in transition, and almost a putback dunk there by Frank Siame, no good. And Zambia will push the ball around. And an attempt there by Brighton Khaleesi is no good. He gets fouled and will step to the 3-point line, to the free throw line, to shoot 2. This is when coaching becomes really important, as Coach Paul Moale continues to give his team instructions.
That's why they get paid the big bucks.
Number 14, Brighton Khaleesi, misses the first free throw. He'll be looking to make it a 2-possession game with the second free throw. And he misses that too, but big rebound picked up there and put back by Elijah Antete.
He's a big boy, Elijah. He looks like a very strong kid. He applies himself very well, especially under the hoop. There goes that man again.
Sean Williams, that man does not even let the ball land, and he steps up and shoots another 3. That's his second for the game and takes his tally up to 8 points. Very well done there, very athletic play, and we've seen this before by that man, Calvin Mulenga of Zambia.
That is their DNA. That is Zambian DNA. They will drive the ball, they will attack the rim, they'll put pressure on you, dribble penetration.
And Rwanda's DNA is just to push the ball up as fast as you can, move 1 or 2 passes, look for the open shot, as we saw that shot taken by Lakin Guerrero. Not to go in though.
Yeah, so Rwanda, it's very simple how they play. They really want to spread you, shift to defense, get open shots, find Sean, find Dylan.
And that's the man. And that's the man who's been running point here for this Rwandan team, and he does so well, able to just find his teammates. And that man again, but this time he dishes to the open Chomba Mulenga.
I don't know. I think my own opinion, when you play against a team that really likes to attack the hoop as well as Zambia does, and they really want to get out and run, it is always advisable to run a zone against them, because clearly they cannot shoot the ball. They haven't made a single 3, or they haven't made a single shot for that matter. So far, everything has been layups and free throws. So you really want to employ a zone defense, force them to shoot the ball on the outside. You know, take away the middle completely, force them to spread the passes on top of the key. Literally just play around the horn and just ask them to shoot the ball and put a ball on somebody and get the rebound. I think that's probably the best possible way to play a team like Zambia.
And like you mentioned there, the best possible way to play a team like Zambia, as they continue to get a lot of their points, or at least a lot of free throw opportunities 3-pointer there, no good. And a fast break pass.
That's their game.
Dylan fouls Brighton Khaleesi, who will step up to the free throw line to shoot yet another one.
That's their game. Stop the ball on the outlet, slow down the ball, fall back into a 3-2 zone, 2-3 zone, whichever way you feel is best to play your zone. I'm telling you, you got their number there.
And that man, Brighton Khaleesi, converts that and is now 2 for 5 on the free throw line as he records his 4th point of the game. And he makes the second one to go 50% now. And he makes way for Elijah Ntete. Elijah Ntete, who dazzled us with that big rebound and a putback. And it's back to a 3-point game. And that man, Sean Williams, left open yet again. And he makes Zambia pay for it.
That's probably his 4-3, right? So I don't know how they lose him on defense. I mean, if I'm Coach Paul Muali.
That is his 4th 3-point attempt and his 3rd make. And he goes up to double digits now with 11 points in this quarter. And big rebound there. And very well finished, beautiful wraparound by that man, Dylan Kaijuka.
Dylan is just a very smooth kid with the basketball. You can't hurry him. You know, he knows where everybody else is supposed to be. He understands angles as a point guard. He's just solid. He's a solid lead guard that anybody would like to have in their team, I'm sure.
And as you say that man, Plamedi Kaira, travels, so Zambia will retain the ball there. Solid take there. Wide open 3-point shot, misses everything, and Rwanda's able to break in transition.
That is not their game. The 3-ball is not Zambia's game, so you almost don't want to rush out to the 3-point shooters of Zambia because turnover by Dylan.
And that brings us to a close in this final Group C encounter with Zambia is taking on Rwanda in a must-win game for Zambia to qualify for the playoffs or have the hopes of qualifying for playoffs, and a game where Rwanda knows they have to win to stay top of Group C. The score is 23-15 to Rwanda. And we are back here for the second quarter of this Group C encounter where Zambia is taking on Rwanda. And we broke for the first quarter with a score of 23-15. And Coach Flosh, what do you think needs to be done by the Zambian team in order to stay in the game and not let this Rwandan lead run with it?
They got to take care of the ball. That's the very first thing that they need to do. They got to make sure that they don't turn the ball over as much as they did. I mean, already they're sitting on 7 turnovers just from the first quarter. But also, now you can see what Rwanda is doing. You know, Coach Yves Murenzi has decided.
Very good take there, and almost an end one by that man, Calvin Mulenga, who continues to reign terror on this Rwandan team as he steps up to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
It's always an interesting thing by players who don't recognize how the other team plays. I mean, all these guys want to do is they just want to drive the ball and try to make layups. Why don't you give you guys the space? You know, if you step across sometimes and take the charge as it's coming flying, but you got to give him an arm's length because he's not going to shoot it. All he wants to do is he wants to drive the ball.
And he makes a second free throw after missing the first. And there's a substitution on the floor. Sean Williams will make way for Jaden Rushema.
Zambia's got to improve their free throw shooting. I mean, they're shooting at 50% right now. For them to win this game, they're going to shoot at least above 75%. That's a healthy average. Because they are getting fouled and they are getting to the bucket, but it's just not making free throws.
And there's a travel call there against Jaden Rushema. The referee was in a perfect position to see that, has called a travel. And you can see much to his discontent, Coach Yves Murenzi of Rwanda is just pleading with the referee.
Here's an interesting stat. Rwanda hasn't shot a free throw yet. That tells you how they play. Again, you don't want to do that.
And very good defensive transition there by Elijah Hantete of Zambia to just sort of disrupt or obscure the pass from the Rwandan team out in transition.
There's that press that is boiling Zambia. Again, you don't want to go to the corner because that's where they trap. There it is. Another
good lead pass there by Dylan Kaijuka to find Joseph Shimiya, who misses that. And this allows Zambia to set up on offense here, as there is another foul.
I think Coach Yves Murenzi is looking for a timeout just after 1 minute into the second quarter. Clearly he wants to talk something. He wants to talk something. He wants to talk to his players about something that he doesn't really like in the first 60 seconds of the game. Possibly the overzealous of his players and just the constant fouling that he probably wants to correct.
We break for a timeout with just 1 minute into the second quarter, and the score sits at 23-16, with only Zambia scoring in this quarter off a free throw of that man, Calvin Mulenga. And we are back here in this second quarter, right after the timeout, where Coach Yves Murenzi had seen enough and called a timeout. Zambia with the ball, and they will drive to the rim. Oh, beautiful up and under by that man, Calvin Mulenga, by George Likezo of Zambia. showing off some athleticism and just some poise as well to finish with such a soft take at the rim. And Zambia, after getting the ball, turned that ball over. Dylan Kaijuka with a long three. He has just opened the floodgates here in the second quarter for this Rwandan team that shot particularly well in the first quarter.
You don't want him hitting up, because once you start hitting up, you're going to have serious problems in your hands.
And that's a retaliation by Blessed Wakunguma of Zambia in the corner.
Again, Zambia in that 3-2 zone defense. Second foul by Dylan, and it's going to be deemed unsportsmanlike. Clear path, last man. So the rule has changed. If you foul the guy and you're last man, it is unsportsmanlike foul. Zambia is going to shoot one. Quick substitution by coach Morenzi, substituting Dylan with his second foul.
And there comes that man, Sean Williams, who dazzled us here in the first quarter with 11 points, shooting 3 from 5 on the three-point line as he gives a breather to his countryman, Dylan Kaijuka. And the first free throw is good by Blessed Wakunguma. And he misses the second. The score sits at 22 to Zambia and 26 to Rwanda. And Rwanda will get an opportunity Zambia will get an opportunity to inbound here. And they will be looking to take full advantage of this as they drain another three. That man, Blessed Wakunguma, has caught fire as he drains another one from that same spot.
Yeah, we got a 1-point game. Like I said, Zambia is not going to go away. Even though they're not a great three-point shooting team, you don't want to leave them wide open. I mean, they're about to hit some.
And a long three-point there, no good. And that Blessed Wakunguma has picked up that rebound. This man has been a catalyst, made all the difference coming off the bench in just 4 minutes of play. He's already racked up 7 points. And another foul there, so they'll be stepping up to shoot 2. It is Brighton Khaleesi. And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line, as he's already shot 6 and made 3 of the 6 he shot earlier in the game today.
Ideally, you want him to be shooting above 70-80% from the three-point line, from the free throw line.
And he misses that.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment he's sitting at 50%. That is just not good enough. He's got to do better than that for them to have a chance to win this possible game.
He's currently 4 for 8 on the free throw line and tying the game here. And a beautiful block there by Elijah Hantete. Probably unbeknownst to him that he could have still gotten the ball after that block, but it's worth celebrating.
Elijah is a very good shot blocker. So when you decide to make a decision to drive the ball inside, you're gonna be wary of him at all times.
Oh, very well taken there from the inbound as Ivan Mugabo drops an easy 2 to give Rwanda the 2-point lead. A bit of miscommunication there, and they mishandled the ball, and it's going to give Rwanda an opportunity to shoot, and Jaden Rashima misses that. And another tussle for the ball, and it is Zambia that comes out on top of behind the back wrap around and to the rim, that man, but he misses Elijah Antete, as this gives Rwanda an opportunity to go out in transition, and Sean Williams rushed that possession to take a 3-point shot that is often ill-advised, and Rushema fouls that man under the basket with an and one play, and Frank Siame, who's been an offensive juggernaut for this Zambian team, will then step up to the free throw line to complete that three-point play the traditional way.
Possibly give Zambia a 1-point lead if it does convert a free throw. Zambia will keep on coming. Zambia will run at you the whole day. You got to be prepared to come back on defense.
And that is a missed free throw there. Zambia has had 13 attempts at the free throw, and they've only converted 6.
Yep, that's not a good read in terms of the stats for them. They want to make sure that they do finish their free throws. There goes that man who has, other than Sean, he leads all scorers at the moment.
And you can see the high pressure defense there by Rwanda, and Zambia retains the rebound. And beautiful take there, but rebound collected by Brighton Khaleesi as he puts that back to tie the game. And Dylan Kaijuka finds Sean Williams in the corner and rattles around the rim and goes out, allowing Zambia to break out in transition. Just a bit of a mishandle there by Frank Siame, and he's looking in disbelief as he believes that there was a challenge and that should be his ball.
As you can see, they are fearless. Their game is really to attack the rim as hard as they can. You know, they will fake the shot, look to dribble, penetrate, either find the next guy or go up and try and finish. You want to make sure that you guard your yard and make sure that you got the paint as well.
And one thing this Rwandan team will do is shoot threes, as they've got 19 attempts already halfway through the second quarter, and the three-point shot there, no good. And that man, Christian Iranzi, who had sat out because he was on 2 fouls in the first quarter, has just come back and gotten another foul while boxing out, and is going to go to the bench.
That is the most frustrating thing for a player, knowing for a fact that you got 2 fouls when you foul, and you pick up your 3rd foul in the middle of the second quarter with 4 minutes and 49 seconds left. That simply means that you have to go to the bench and sit the whole game. It disrupts your rhythm as a player. At least when I was playing, but surely it still looks the same even today. I'm talking 35 years later. You still get frustrated because you're not in rhythm, you're picking up quick fouls, and you can't play your game.
And just a beautiful take by that man, Dylan Kaijuka. He said he's going to take it to the rack, and boy, he took that to the rack.
Solid. It's just a solid guard.
And another steal there by some mishandling. And it looked as though that man, Ivan Mugabo, wanted to dunk that.
Elijah just turns the ball over, unforced error. I'll tell you this much, Elijah from Zambia, Antete and Brighton Khaleesi, both them dudes can rebound the ball. They really go after the basketball. Time out on the floor by Zambia.
And we are back here after that turnover by Elijah and Tete, so it'll be Rwanda's ball.
Two contrasting styles of basketball. The one team really likes to push the ball hard. The other team wants to do just that, shoot the ball, spray you on defense. Good look.
Very well done. The good connection by the two forwards to just set up Jonas Singiza to score that under the rim and extend Rwanda's lead to 4.
That was a great pass by Ivan Mugabo.
Beautiful crossover there. And just a teardrop finish by George Likezo of Zambia to make this a 2-point game again. It seems Rwanda is very shifty, so they fall for almost anything. And Dylan Kaijuka connects again from deep to take his tally up to double figures now for points this evening, as he now sits with 12 points.
He's the kind of guy that he gets whatever he wants on the floor. He's that good of a player. You gotta try and limit him. But I think the best way to play him is to deny him the ball. Every single time he gets rid of the ball, you try and deny him the ball, face guard him. They call it these days that you gotta face guard him, you know, to try and limit his scoring, but also try and limit his influence in the game.
And big rebound there by that man, Dylan Kaijuka, who averages 10 rebounds as a point guard.
Unheard of.
Sean Williams with the ball, drives baseline, kicks the ball out, and the ball is with Jaden Roshima, who misses that, and there is a push, and Jonas Singiza will pick up that foul, and it's going to be shooting 2 as Rwanda is in the penalty.
That's a state foul as well. They're now picking fouls.
Brighton Kalizi will have an attempt at his 9th and 10th free throw. He currently sits at 3 for 8. Make that 4 for 9. And 5 for 10. That's his first perfect trip. And Dylan Kaijuka with us behind the back dribble. And the referee calls a travel, much to the discontent of the Rwandan fans.
Great defense by Zambia there. Obviously, Dylan slipped a little bit, but they pounced on him very quickly to force the turnover.
And somehow Zambia manages to keep that in play and still retain possession. Beautiful cross-court pass there, and a 3-point attempt that is good. A beautiful bank shot 3 there by Chomba Mulenga to tie this game.
It is Monday, the bank is open, especially at our time at this hour.
If it wasn't, he certainly opened it. Beautiful athletic finish there by Rwanda's Ivan Mugabo as he glided in the air to put that back softly against the board. And another 3-point attempt, back-to-back threes by Chomba Mulenga to give Zambia their first lead of the game since early on. And Mugabo is called for a travel.
Coach Yves Murenzi wants to talk about it. He calls a timeout. He wants to have a word with his players. Something like he doesn't like, that he wants to address real quick. It's a 1-point game by Rwanda. It's a 1-point game by Zambia. Zambia is leading 40-39.
If you want to keep up to date with all the news, all the actions, for the photos, as well as all the live scores and stats, please make sure to check FIBA.basketball. And for those of you that want to engage with us, make sure to do so by following us on X and Instagram, NextGenHoops, and be sure to use our hashtags, our main hashtag, hashtag U18 AfroBasket, and our second hashtag, U Africa's Next Champions.
I'm not so sure if Coach Yves Murenzi got the scouting report on Zambia, because if he did, at some point in time he has to go to a zone to try and contain them, because they're really badly with zones, because they cannot get into the middle of the paint to make layups and get their float game going. If you compact that zone, it's difficult for them to score. But if you let them loose, they will hurt you. They will get in there. They can finish. That's their game. They're very athletic. They like to push the ball. They like to drive the ball.
And the ball there, like you mentioned, Rwanda came out with not necessarily a zone, but they came out in a press that forced a turnover from Zambia. And they have an opportunity to take the lead now. Jaden Rushima finds Sean Williams, and the rebound is picked up there and put back by Ivan Mugabo, who has just been very good for this team, for this Rwanda team. And Sean Williams goes through, misses that. Rebound picked up by Brighton Khaleesi. And the beautiful step through there. And he's frustrated with himself for not making the Calvin Mulenga.
Well, in basketball terms, what Zambia does, we call it run and gun. Again, the only way to circumvent that is to employ a zone defense. Could be for 2, 3, 4 minutes, just to see how they counter that. Because if you're gonna let them do this, they're gonna have a long night.
Let's hope that Coach Yves Murenzi has heard that. And Zambia playing good defense, high intensity here. And Rwanda will just pass the ball to Jaden Rushima. And another travel called against Sean Williams. And this is not the way that they would like to play the second quarter.
Yep, here goes a press again.
Beautiful block there, and Jaden Rushima will come up with the ball. The ball now with Dylan Kayajuka, who will try to run the shot clock down and give Rwanda the last shot. And no, he actually attempted that sooner than anticipated. But it's Brighton Khaleesi who will make the pass out. And it is a missed three-point shot there as he closes up the second quarter, score at 42-41 in favor of Zambia here against Rwanda in this final game of Group C on day 8 of AfroBasket 2024.
Zambia hanging in there. You can see Coach Murenzi there is really going at his player, asking him to make things happen, dealing their star point guard.
are back here for the second half of this very enthralling encounter between Rwanda and Zambia, the final encounter for Group C, which will determine the fate of not only this pool but also a few other pools, as they're all waiting in anticipation for the results here. We broke into the half, Zambia leading 42-21 after they had a very powerful second quarter where they scored 27 points as opposed to Rwanda's 18. And Coach Flosh, what do you make of that power, that run from Zambia in the second quarter?
Yeah, they did find their rhythm in the second quarter. Surprisingly enough, as bad as they shot the ball from the three-point line, Zambia that is, I mean, they're sitting in a healthy three-point shooting percentage at the moment. They're sitting at 44%. They shot 4 for 9.
Zambia has really picked their shots.
Yeah, compared to the 29% three-point shooting from Rwanda, who made 7 of 24 shots. Unlike Rwanda, because they're a better three-point shooting team, but Zambia has really stepped up their defense, especially in the second quarter, and they did manage to stop Rwanda from three-point shooting, from their three-point shooting game. As you can see there, the Rwandans have really shot poorly at 29% from the three-point line.
We're back here and it's Rwanda leading, getting the proceedings going and getting it underway for us here today. The second half with that man, Dylan Kaijuka, and Jaden Rushema, and I don't know why Dylan went for that wraparound when he had the open lane right in front of him. And there's a travel call against Zambia, so it's going to be Rwanda's ball. And Rwanda bring the ball up through that man, Dylan.
Yeah, Zambia really wants to get the ball ahead, trying to score early in the shot clock before you start up your defense. That's how they like to play.
Wide open three-point shot there after that beautiful pass from Dylan Kaijuka to find Ivan Mugabo, and he makes it rain to take the lead here, to give Rwanda the 2-point lead here, and Rwanda makes another quick stop to push the tempo of the game, and they have momentum on their side now. Let's see what they make of it.
There's that high pick and roll. There's that man that will create. Dylan will create for Rwanda.
And he does that yet again with that connection between him and Ivan Mugabo to join another one. And just like that, where Zambia was up 1, they find themselves down 4 now with just over a minute played in the second half. And 5-second violation there against Elijah and Tete after some beautiful defense, not only from Ivan Mugabo, but also a lot of defense from that man Dylan Kaijuka.
Yeah, he really dug in. Dylan to go ahead, he's big, forcing the turnover. In a space of literally 30 seconds, if not 31 seconds, Zambia has turned the ball over twice.
And on both occasions, led the way for Rwanda to make some much-needed field goals.
Yeah, here's a double to that man, Dylan. You really want to double him, force him to get the ball, force the ball to be out of his hands. Let anybody else beat you but him. I mean, rather the offense starts and stops with him more often than not.
7 seconds left in the shot clock, and Dylan, there's some really tough defense on him there by Calvin Mulenga. And Jaden Rushema gets the shot up, misses that, but Kenya rebounds the ball. And there's a foul called on the floor against Zambia.
Ivan Mugabo got fouled. Ivan Mugabo is taking matters into his own hands in this third quarter. He came out of the change room, guns blazing, trying to help his team to get the W.
I mean, he's got 5 points already, all 5 points here in the second half. And just some athletic exhibition there by Dylan Kaichuka of Rwanda. Although there was a foul called, so it's going to be Rwanda's ball. And they're doing everything to get that man open.
The ball is going to be in his hands to make plays like that.
Beautiful block there. Made a serve defense and a bit of a tussle there, as Brighton Khaleesi does not like that the Rwandan player was up close to them. Rwandan player being Hilar Irankunda. Beautiful emphatic block to send him packing.
You can tell that Coach Paul Mwale is giving Kelvin Mulenga strict instructions on how to guard Dylan.
Beautiful reverse layup there and one by that man, Hilar Irankunda. He seems to have just come off the bench and already with a meaningful contribution here as Rwanda extend their lead.
Good BOB play by Rwanda, baseline out of bounds play.
And it converts the the free throw to make it a 3-point game.
I did tell you that the bank is open on a Monday evening at OR Tambo International Airport.
Somewhere, somehow, there is a bank open in South Africa. If not at OR Tambo, then definitely here at the University of Pretoria.
Absolutely.
And Rwanda get that ball out with Sean Williams, who converts that to give Rwanda a 9-point lead here, which is the biggest lead of the game so far.
Rwanda threatening to open this game wide open by making smart plays.
And Rwanda has had 19 points off of turnovers, so definitely a point of contention there for this Zambian side to minimize their turnovers, or at least to get back in transition to stop these Rwandan points. As you see a jump ball there, as Jaden Roshema went up to collect that rebound. And the ball will stay with Rwanda. And there is a timeout called by Coach Paul Mwela of Zambia. As we break into this with just over 7 minutes left in this third quarter, the score is 42 to Zambia and 51 to Rwanda. And it'll be Rwanda with the ball here, as that man, Dylan Kaijuka brings it up. And Ivan Mugabo, who got the proceeding started here. Jaden Rushema with a three, and it is good. That shot finds the bottom of the net as Rwanda extend the lead to 12 now. Beautiful spin move there, and it is a beautiful take by that man Frank Siame of Zambia, who's had a rather quiet game so far. As the leading scorer of Zambia throughout this competition, he's only on 6 points. And beautiful give and go there between Sean Williams and Ivan Mugabo. And another spin move by Frank Siame. He's unable to convert that. Brighton Kalizi goes up for the rebound, but he gets fouled. And he'll be stepping up to the free throw line to shoot a pair and try to stop the bleeding here.
Yep, Rwanda decided to go up to his own defense.
And it is Rwanda's Hilar Irankunda with a foul there. And Brighton Kalizi gets a second free throw to drop. Rwanda will be bringing the ball up here. It is a 9-point game in their favor. And a bit careless there by Sean Williams, but Frank Siame kicks the ball as he tries to break free from this Rwandan team. And another foul there, this time against Frank Siame, and that puts his team in the penalty. So any foul hereafter will be shooting 2 for Rwanda.
It's a careless foul. I mean, you're literally 40 feet away from the basket. Why do you even foul the guy that far out?
Jaden Rushema, but beautiful towering rebound there to give his team another opportunity was number 14 Ivan Mugabo of Rwanda, and the outcome not much different this time for Rushema as it is a miss. And the 3-point attempt there doesn't get to drop. And Dylan Kaijuka with the ball. Back to Dylan again after a few ball rotation. Beautiful give and go there between the two bigs from Ivan Mugabo to find Lucky Guerrero, and he converts that.
Great high
and
low.
Ivan Mugabo with another crucial interception here, but Rwanda commits the foul.
Oh, that was a beautiful play by Rwanda on that high low. The two bigs connecting on the high low. Good to see that the big guys are finding each other.
It was made a bit easier there as 3 Zambian players went out to close Ivan Mugabo. Another big rebound there by Lucky Guerrero, who is now up to 4 rebounds. And Ivan Mugabo will drive, and somehow he manages to get that to drop, and he's up to 13 points now. Zambia with some good ball movement, and it's a missed layup there, and the rebound will be picked up by Rwanda, as Ivan Mugabe pushes the ball down the floor. Jaden Rushema uncharacteristically doesn't pull up, but Sean Williams will. Oh, beautiful give and go there. Unable to convert, but who's there to clean it up? None other than Brighton Khaleesi. And that man, Brighton Khaleesi, is now in double figures as he's got 12 points and 6 rebounds to go with it. Ivan Mugabe steps up and he drains that. Find that ball at the bottom of the net.
He came out guns blazing in the third quarter. He has played a beautiful game up to so far.
And that man is called for a travel.
He's trying to speak to the official, trying to tell the official that he didn't travel, but hey, once it's been called, there's nothing you can do about it. Substitution for Rwanda.
And Ivan Mugabe, that man, picking his moments as he sits with 2 for 3 on the three-point line. And 16 points for the day. Rwanda shooting slightly better now at 36% on the free throw, on the three-point line.
Yeah, Ivan Mugabe has set the third quarter alight. He's going to the bench to catch a breather. I don't think he's going to stay for too long. Again, there's a three-point shot by that man, Dylan. They're really blowing this lead wide open right now.
And we spoke about Ivan Mugabe making all the difference with 10 points already in this quarter. And Dylan just adding salt to wound there with that three.
But he picked up his third foul. He's marching to the bench right now. Guess who comes back? It's none other than Sean.
Sean Williams has also been a problem with 15 points. Oh, very beautiful give and go there as Brighton Khaleesi scores that. And Brighton Khaleesi up to 14 points now. Sean Williams gets blocked by that man, Brighton Khaleesi, as Calvin Mulenga tries to get to the rim. He gets fouled on that attempt and he's going to step up to the free throw line to shoot a pair. This game is now at the biggest it's been at a 15-point differential.
Calvin Mulenga is shooting better from the free throw line. He's shooting at 75%. As he misses his first free throw, he's the better out of the lot in terms of free throw shooting the Zambian team at 75%.
And that has been the issue here for the Zambian team on the free throw line. Only shooting a little over 50% as they are 12 for 23. They've had 23 free throw attempt compared to Rwanda's single free throw attempt.
Yep, that tells the story. Who's the much aggressor here, going to the cup. There they are, and running again, throws it away. That is an error in judgment by the Zambian player. But that's their game. That's how they managed to stay for as long as they did in the game, even though they're down 14 right now. But they,
and that foul is going to take that man, Joseph Shimiye, to the free throw line to shoot a pair after George Likezo fouled there. And Rwanda will try to take advantage of the opportunity they have here with Zambia in the penalty. Second free throw for Rwanda, second made free throw as well.
Yep, that's a rare occasion seeing Rwanda in the free throw line. They don't really go too much to the free throw line, even though they make their free throws when they do get to the free throw line.
And some substitutions there as George Likezo goes to the bench.
Here comes the double.
Frank.
You know where that one is going. To the cup, even though he misses the free throw.
And that's a big rebound by Laki Guerrero. Three-point attempt, not good.
Yep. Coach Reeves. Murenzi is not happy about that one pass shot.
Very strong take here, and no conversion as Chomba Mulenga got fouled after that miss. It's going to be interesting to see who steps up to shoot the two free throws. It is that man who has led them for most of the way, Frank Siame. And he scores the first one. And he makes the second one too.
Substitution by Rwanda as Jaden Rushema goes to the bench with 4 fouls. That was his 4th foul.
And Plamedi Kaira comes on the court. Good give and go there, beautiful basketball by Rwanda, but it's going to be a push by Lakin Guerrero, and it's going to be shooting too since both teams are in the penalty.
It's going to be interesting how the rest of this quarter finishes, even though it's 42 seconds. Anybody who gets fouled is going to go to the line to shoot threes. Let's see what Zambia does with their 2 free throws. Brighton Khaliza is in the free throw line. He makes his first free throw. Khaliza is shooting at 50% from the free throw line.
And he leads all Zambian scorers now with 15 points.
Yeah, he stayed true to his word at 50%.
And it's a 13-point game with a little over 34 seconds to go. Beautiful stop and drop. That was very well done by Joseph Nshimiye. And you can see just how much the Rwandan bench is loving that play. A combination of skills and athleticism. And he is met at the rim by Plamedi Kaira, but the referee in a very good position, and he spots that foul as he calls the foul against Plamedi Kaira.
Ooh, I don't know about that one. Maybe let's see the replay. I thought he made him at the he made him at the altar. I think it really did get him. I mean, he did block him. He didn't foul him. Well, as far as I'm concerned and where I'm sitting, of course I'm not a referee.
And he makes both free throws. That man, Brighton Khalizi, he's been everywhere for the Zambian team now with 17 points and 7 rebounds, as well as 4 blocks. Man, what a pleasure it is to watch that man, Joseph Nshimiye. If he's the backup point guard to Dylan Kaijuka, then Coach Yves Murenzi is not missing much. We go to this break At the end of the third quarter, the score is 55 to Zambia and 70 to Rwanda.
A foul has been called by the official. That was really a silly foul. Yep, he's going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. You can tell Coach Yves Murenzi is talking to his player, number 5.
As there will be shooting.
Silly foul by Juru Mtinguriwa.
First free throw, no good. Second free throw, also no good.
Yeah, the Zambians have really been awful at the charity stripe.
And they've had many opportunities. Rwanda has only had 3 opportunities at the free throw line, as opposed to Zambia's 31. And had they made at least 80% of the free throws, the complexion of the game would definitely have changed here.
Absolutely. 31 free throws is a lot of free throws in a basketball game.
As we break for the third quarter here, finally, 70 points to Rwanda and 55 to Zambia. After an impressive third quarter by Rwanda, where they scored 29 points as opposed to Zambia's 13, we come back here for the final part of this Group C encounter, where Rwanda looks to be in the driving seat and looks to end top of this Group C pool.
Yeah, Rwanda has really made good adjustments. They have scored 24 points of turnovers by Zambia.
And the 3-point attempt by that man, Christian Iranti, no good. He spent most of the time on the bench due to foul trouble.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, that does throw you off your rhythm a little bit, because you're spending too much time on the bench, you're not in the game.
And Sean Williams, Ivan Mugabo attempted that, but he missed. Looking at the referee, hoping the referee would bail him out of the foul, but the referee in a very good position to see and analyze the contact there. Good baseline cut and a strong finish by Frank Siame, who now goes into double figures for this encounter as he goes to 10 and 11, opportunity to push that to 11 as he's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 1.
Yeah, the free throw line has been the Achilles heel, the Zambians. Again, there he misses that free throw.
32 attempts for Zambia on the free throw line, and they've only managed to make 17.
Turnover by Sean, kicking the ball, dribbling the ball rather off his feet. Zambia with the ball has a chance.
Beautiful crossover there by Kelvin Mulenga, and that attempt no good by Brighton Khalizi, allowing Rwanda to make a run for it. And nicely finished by Jonas Singiza after that attempt from Sean Williams.
Turnover by Zambia.
And it seems that Rwanda will continue to impose their dominance on this as Zambia continues to make more and more mistakes, as that man Dylan Kaijuka looks to finish it, but he gets fouled. He's got 15 points. He now has the opportunity to make it 16.
Dylan makes his first free throw.
And he's now tied with Ivan Mugabo with 16 points at the top to lead all scorers. And make it 17 points for him so far in this encounter. He still has 8 minutes 31 seconds of play to go, and the lead sits at 17. And the Ranzi with the turnover there. And the basket good by Elijah Antete. The ball now is Sean Williams as he gets a screen from Ivan Mugobe. And that is definite. The referee calls for a charge.
Yep, it is a charge. That's a good defensive play by Dylan.
Just putting his body on the line as if leading this team in points was not enough. But
not only does he lead his team in points, but also leads his team in minutes. He barely sat. He probably sat for about a minute or so.
And the coach knew he needed him back on the court.
Oh, for sure.
He is averaging 32 minutes of play in this tournament.
That's heavy minutes.
Especially for that level of production.
Absolutely.
And it is a foul there against Frank Siame. And the ball will go with Rwanda as Zambia now racks up their third foul of this quarter. And it's about to be the same story as last quarter where they end up in foul trouble. If Rwanda can recognize that. Shot clock winding down. Sean Williams steps up for a shot. He misses that. And beautiful play there. Oh, and a beautiful wraparound finish by Chomba Mulenga. And timeout by Coach Yves Murenzi of Rwanda.
Oh, they're probably the best runners in this tournament. Zambia, that is. They run the floor very well. All they're looking for is for the fast break. It is not a bad ploy if that fits, especially when you know that you're not a very good three-point shooting team. You will really want to start playing as soon as you get the rebound rather, and making sure that you get into your early offense, making sure that the defense doesn't set up. You want to score before the defense sets up.
And we're back here for the last 7 minutes, 12 seconds of this game after that timeout by Coach Murenzi of Rwanda. Rwanda enjoying a 13-point lead here. A beautiful take and finish by Christian Iranzi, who's been rather quiet but has managed to get back into the thick of things in this game. Not the ideal wraparound, but there's a rebound there taken, very strong rebound amidst all those players, and a mid-range jump shot also no good. And the foul is called against Jonas Singiza, and he goes to his coach to ask what he did wrong there, as he only boxed out.
Interesting call by the official. I also felt that he just boxed out.
And Coach Murenzi not happy with that call. That's his 4th foul, Jonas Singiza.
Good defense.
Good defense.
By Dylan.
A point guard who can contest shots and change shots like that is a luxury. As Ivan Mugabo takes that to the rack and he scores that to give him 18 points. And an unforced turnover by Zambia in their own half.
Stepped on the line as he was making that pass. Good call by the official.
And that just goes to show a lack of concentration by the Zambian player with no pressure whatsoever.
Overzealous, he wants to, all he was thinking about was getting the ball ahead to get into their offense, which is really literally a fast break kind of offense.
And well done there by Sean Williams, but it doesn't go in, as Calvin Mulenga will go to the rack with a turnaround, but he misses that. And who comes off with the steal? It is none other than that man. And missed open layup there by Sean Williams. He'll be upset with himself, as Dylan Kaijuka has set him up beautifully. And Frank Siame misses that. A 3-point attempt again missed, and Rwanda picks up the rebound and puts the ball in the hands of the trusted point guard, Dylan Kaijuka.
Rwanda from here, they just need to control the game. There's 5 minutes and some change left. That's an air advance shot. That's too quick on a shot clock. You really now want to force Zambia to come out and guard you by really just taking the air out of the ball and just make sure that you use the shot clock. Your shot clock is your friend right now. Zambia are the one who needs to chase the game. So, it's one of those situations where you have to recognize that, hey, you're up double digits and Zambia needs to chase the game, so your shot clock becomes your friend.
And timeout called with 5 minutes, 1 second left of this 4th quarter of this game, actually. And Zambia is trailing by 17 points as Rwanda enjoys the 17-point lead at 78-61. And it's going to be Rwanda's ball. It's going to be Zambia's ball. Shooting 2 is that man, Frank Siame. And he makes the first one to take his tally up to 11 for the day.
Well, I'll put it to you this way, Shine. Good block.
And you can see the presence of Christian Iranzi was really needed here as he picks up those rebounds, especially those defensive rebounds. He's an imposing presence and a very strong forward. Zambia picks up another foul and they go into the penalty yet again. Ivan Mugabe with the ball, but somehow finds a way to go in and score that despite the defense around him. And Ivan Mugabe now goes up to 20 points in this encounter.
Yeah, Ivan Mugabe did step up for Rwanda.
Beautiful finish here by Brighton Khaleesi. And even Brighton Khaleesi is having one offensive game where he's up to 19 points now. And Ivan Mugabe upset with himself for missing that, which was one of the easy opportunities he's gotten so far.
Charge called by the official. Start man again. Not only is he scoring Ivan Mugabe, but he's stepping in, putting his body on the line and taking charges, giving his team a chance to win this ball game with 3 minutes and 56 seconds left.
And 16-point game, 80 to Rwanda and 64 to Zambia.
Of course, for the viewers out there, even though Zambia is in the penalty, but an offensive charge, you can't go there and shoot two. Costly turnover.
And Chamba Mulenga there to pick up the spoils. And now it's a 12-point game, still much to play for in this game.
There's still a lot of time, 12 points with 3 minutes and 40+ seconds left.
And this man with a beautiful crossover and the dish. Mid-range jump shot, no good. And a foul is called there against Elijah Antete. And Ivan Mugabe will get to shoot because that is a loose ball challenge.
Yep. You're allowed to box out a man, but you're not allowed to hold him.
And the referee said that Elijah Antete had his arms wrapped around that man.
That's a red side there. Ivan Mugabe misses his first free throw.
And Rwanda's first free throw, they were 5 for 5 before that attempt. And now 5 for 7 as Iranzi gets that rebound and passes the ball to Joseph Shimia. Oh, what a block! Just what you want to see. And shot clock is winding down. What is this man, Joseph Shimia, going to do? He goes for a floater which rattles around and goes out. But Elijah Antete picks up the rebound. And the Rwandan fans chanting there at the fact that Ken Seka will be entering the game.
Yeah. It's his first minute, or it's his first introduction to the game. Ken Seta. Yep, that's a travel, good call by the official. You know where that was going. It was going one way. It was going to be a drive, trying to make a layup. The Rwandan defense just stuck with him, never gave an inch. Turnover, travel violation.
And the point guard here, Joseph Shimia, has been very calm and collected as he creates plays for this team. And there is a foul on Frank Siame on Dylan Kaijuka, who's going to step up to the free throw line where he hasn't missed yet.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan is sitting at what now? 18, 19 points. He's sitting at 17 points. He's literally 5 points away from his average of 22 points a game. So he's getting closer and closer to his average. He hasn't let down so far. He has lived to the height.
And I mean, he's been everywhere with 4 steals to go with it. Now up to 18 points and 4 rebounds and 3 assists.
He might not get his 10 rebounds that he normally picks up a game, but I'm sure he's gonna get close. He's gonna get close to his 22 points average per game in terms of points.
And he makes both free throws as the lead goes back up to 16 with a score at 82-66.
Another turnover.
Very hard defensive play there by Joseph Shimiye as Dylan Kaijuka picks up the ball. And Ivan Mugabo misses that, but Hila Irankunda is there to pick up the spoils as he puts Saran back with no contest. And Ken Saka's first contribution to this team is a foul. That is
good foul by Ken because they still have a chance to play defense as well.
It's a shooting 2 now as both teams are in the penalty.
Well, I guess it's not a good foul then.
And Kelvin Mulenga is the man entrusted with these free throws as he's the one who got fouled. He's shot relatively better than his teammates at 4 for 6 so far. And he misses that, make it 4 for 7 as Zambia now sits at 18 for 35.
I think Ken Seta can breathe easy.
And make that 19 for 36. With just the free throws that Zambia has missed, the game could have been tied.
Yeah.
And very well run there, and just a beautiful finish by that man George Likezo of Zambia as he gets up to 7 points. 3 points are no good, and Zambia will try to run this to cut the deficit. Beautiful Euro step, unable to convert. Rebound is picked up by Dylan Kaijuka as he makes a forward pass. And a nice finish there by Hila Irankunda.
Nice turnaround hook by the big fella. Reminds me of Tim Duncan.
The big fundamentals.
Of course.
And what is Zambia going to do here? Almost thought he was going to settle for the 3. And they take it to the rack, and it's a miss. And that man there is there to collect the rebound. Hila Irankunda as Dylan now with the ball, sitting at 19 points in this game. And you know he wants the clock to run. Beautiful pace there. He goes for an up and under, but he misses that as the defensive pressure mounts. And Ivan Mugabe with another rebound. And Ivan Mugabe now with 20 points and 7 rebounds with 3 steals to go with it. And that man, Joseph Shimiye, will just let the clock run so they can have the last shot. But out of sportsmanship, as the point differential here will not help Rwanda in any way. The referee calls a shot clock violation as the game needs to be played.
There's still 4
So
seconds left.
Zambia will have to inbound this. Is that a timeout called?
That's an interesting timeout. But whoever called the timeout, I don't care who called the timeout. But 4 seconds to go, game really wrapped up and done. I thought it's Zambia that probably called a timeout. Not so sure what is that all about.
It probably is a continuation because they know that they're going to play placement games later on in the week. So just to make sure that they end off on the right note that they can pick up in the next game.
It'll be interesting if they will try and go for a score, but I would suspect that they'll really just want to run this clock out and finish off the game.
Out of respect for
Absolutely.
the sportsmanship that Rwanda showed in that last possession.
Absolutely.
And they do exactly that.
Yeah,
And
hence I questioned the timeout. Or maybe it was for him to tell them that please don't score, let's just run down the clock. It's possible. Good game by Rwanda. Very beautiful game, control the game almost from the second quarter onwards. Good contribution by Mugabo. Ivan played a very good game, gave them a lead coming off the bench, did all the scoring. We knew what Dylan was going to do, did what Dylan does, control the game, did a lot of scoring. Well-coached game by Coach Ames Murenzi.
And that brings us to the end of this game. Rwanda versus Zambia as they round off the proceedings on game day 8 here. But more than that, also round off the games in Group C as they go atop with 3 wins out of 3 games. Dylan Kayijuka with 19 points, Ivan Mugabo with 20 points, and Sean Williams with 15 points to give Rwanda an 86-69 victory over Zambia. And that is it from us here at the University of Pretoria for FIBA U18 AfroBasket. I am Emmanuel Shine, and thank you to Flosh Ngwenya.
Thank you.